Good morning. Thank y'all all for being here. I'm Jimmy Patronis. I'm the state's CFO and state fire marshal, and wanted to thank this amazing effort of support here, but our DIFS agents and also the law enforcement officers from here from Cape Coral. Thank y'all so much for your service to the state. Most of y'all don't know Marty, but some of y'all may know her. But Marty Milkey is she's the regional representative here to this area. And anyway, Marty, thanks for what you do to help folks be able to do their job here in this market and also get back on their feet. About 4 years ago, Hurricane Michael devastated my hometown of Panama City, Florida. Some of y'all know that. As a Category 5 storm, we learned a lot of lessons. We learned some from every single storm that hits the state of Florida. It's not if, it's when the next one's going to hit. And what we learned from Category 5 Michael was the predators that come out after the storm. We see the absolute best in people, but we see the absolute worst in others. And with that becomes the opportunity for our office to step up and try to help protect the citizens of the state of Florida as they try to piece their lives back together after a storm. As a devastating Cat 4 storm has ripped through southwest Florida and created historic storm surge and flooding, we are now putting the pieces back together and trying to get folks on their feet as quick as possible. So we've got a few messages that we're trying to get across, and part of this is our ledge agenda that we're going to do to help people. But I need to make sure people understand their rights of what they're faced with, and we're doing everything we can to fight against the fraud and the unethical behavior of public adjusters and contractors that come into this market that take advantage of people. There's good ones, and then there's those that should be put in jail permanently. So I just, plead with folks that they make sure they don't get taken advantage of by the scam that happened after a storm. I remind people all the time that Good Samaritans come out days after the storm. The predators come out hours after the storm. But as we speak right now, bad actors are canvassing the neighborhoods, and they are siphoning off people's claimed dollars that could go to restore their lives. But because they're unknowingly signing what's called an assignment of benefits, this is action, all action hourly, is actually taking their entire claim from them and being used by somebody that they've just met at their doorstep. And I'll give you an example. Let's say your insurance carrier has got a policy worth $100,000. More cases than not, it's worth more than that. But as you sign this assignment of benefits, you are assigning your benefits to this person you just met at your doorstep. You are giving them a blank check that gives them access to your claim. So where your roof damage may be a repair as opposed to a replacement, you might get billed for an entire replacement roof at a price that could be multiples of the actual cost of the repair, because you have assigned your benefit to the individual making the claim on behalf of the work being done. And unfortunately, everything I just explained to you is legal, but there are rights that you have in order to get out of these. You have up to 30 days if that assignment of benefits is not processed appropriately, where you can get out. So this is where we're trying to do. We're definitely leaning forward with an information campaign, because there are also those laws that are broken when you are being deceptive in signing this or doing things out of what Florida statute allows you to do. If you have any needs or questions, you can call our office at 1-877-693-5236. Our insurance consumer services are here in the affected areas, helping people, standing by to assist with their claims. The second message is, as these fraudsters are working through the market, you will be put in jail. This is what we are here to do. We are here to protect you, but if you are crossing the line and taking advantage of our citizens, there will be zero tolerance in taking advantage of people when they're most vulnerable. So if you are an uninsured contractor, if you're an unlicensed contractor, if you're an unlicensed and unlawful adjuster, those are laws that you are breaking doing business in those ways, and you will be arrested and you will go to jail. Those offenses are punishable by 5 years in prison. So anybody who's taking advantage of somebody during the worst time of their life, to me, there's not a prison in this state that is nice enough for you. There's no tolerance for that, and this is what we are going to do. We are going to protect the citizens of the state of Florida. We have had over contact with over 7,000 individuals so far. As we continue to hold people hold their hands through this, we're going to make sure that those that are doing the business to help our citizens get back on their feet are legal to do so. But mark my words, you will go to jail if you break the law and take advantage of our people. If you have suspected fraud, you can call us at 1-800-378-0445. Again, if you feel like you have been taken advantage of, you can call us at 1-800-378-0445. The third and last message I'm going to share with you is I'm continuing my fight, as I was talking to some of our leadership here, is the need to create greater outreach. We're going to work with the legislature and say, look, we need some dollars to be able to push out this message to make sure that we have our educated citizens of the state of Florida so they're not taken advantage of. I remind people all the time, this is not the first storm that's going to hit Florida, nor is it the last storm that's going to hit Florida. It will happen again, but we always have to lean forward. We've got 900 people a day moving into the state of Florida, and they need to understand that this is some of the things that they can be affected by and how to protect them from these fraudulent actors that come into the market. So as we work on fraud reform, we're going to ask the legislature for $3 million, again, to speed up and ask for this type of campaign to educate the public. Public adjusters come into the market, and there's good public adjusters and there's bad public adjusters. But mark my words, for those out there that truly want to help people, you will have that opportunity to continue to help people in the state of Florida. But those that come in after a storm, after a named disaster, we are going to curb your ability to take advantage of people under their moment of financial duress. So we're going to create a schedule of how your payments will be laid out under Florida statute. And if you truly want to help people out, you can help them all day long. If you want to come in and take advantage of people, then unfortunately, the way you were accustomed to do it will be changing. We will be setting a schedule of payments in where your graduated amount you'll be able to collect per day will be adjusted. It's more of a technical issue that we can address separately in this. But again, this legislative session, we're going to make it less profitable for people to prey on our citizens after a natural disaster. So between $3 million for greater advocacy, from changing how public adjusters approach their doing business after a storm, and lastly, eliminating AOBs. These are the three things that we must do. Litigation reform is key to make sure that we have a protected homeowner in the state of Florida. So again, since our efforts have been in place with our new strike teams, we've had 275 cases open and 81's arrested of people that are gaming the system. These are very difficult cases to prosecute. They're very complicated because these are individuals that are living within Florida statutes, and we simply have to close loopholes, and litigation reform is key.